I started as 16 years old as an apprentice in a shipping company in Denmark called Maersk, and I was there for 39 years and ended up as a partner. Part of my responsibility during that time was to particularly focus on developing Maersk into the container transportation part, and through that, the link into logistics. And I was fortunate to be part of building that up from scratch to be number one in the world.
We conventionally started as a sort of map publishing business, and now we migrated into the digital online mapping world, focusing predominantly around different types of road users. So we focus on motorbikes, disabled drivers, and then the freight logistics space. So freight logistics space sort of really took off. We secured the contract for the Olympics to do all the management of the routing and the complex routing for that. We run the Transfer for London Freight Journey Planner, and we also won an accelerator called Last Mile Labs, which is run by DPD, and that was basically giving us a contract, some investment, and the opportunity to really exploit our technology into a parcels delivery company on a global basis.
Vuxus actually started in 2010, and basically at that point it was a group of hauliers joining together to create a new network, and they needed an IT infrastructure. And along the way, the company and the owners found that the technology is more interesting than trying to create a new network. We do IT solution for haulage industry, where we basically digitalize the analog part of that industry and make them not only compatible but actually matchable and findable and searchable.
Every physical thing around you would probably have been through a warehouse at some point in its life. And the analysts, the people from the companies that you would have heard of, the CBRE, Jones Lang LaSalle, that sort of people, only concentrate on the huge big box logistics market. But that's just a tiny tip of an unseen, unserved market. And my idea is really to use technology to link all those people together and provide a modern cloud-based system that they can all use and benefit from, which is a marketplace for warehouse operators to trade spare capacity.
When I started with the container shipping, the ship that we built 9 of them at the time when we started, could carry 1,800 containers. That was big. Today, the ships can carry 18,000 containers. So just keeping track of all that is a mega thing. Just stowing it on board a ship is a mega thing.
Logistics is a very rigid, by design, type world where there's big enterprise software and systems that aren't particularly progressive, and they are going to have to quickly evolve to become more flexible as the consumer demands force them to be as such.
Where I think that a lot more can be done, that's actually making use of data and understanding that the transportation system is part of the ecosystem. We all depend on this, one way or the other.
People like innovative big corporates are starting to understand how to play with smaller companies like ourselves.
It's very important that David and Goliath meet, because not having to fulfill the policies in large organizations and the possibility of actually being rebel, sort of, provides the possibility of actually seeing small things that make a difference in the business, digitalizing that part and adapting that to the large companies will actually benefit them.
When you are with Julie, as I am, on the board in Vestergaard, then you always get inspired by her and her enthusiasm and the development and never sitting still. I thought that I worked hard. I've met my match as far as that is concerned. And we have often discussed, why is it that transportation and logistics and so on seem to be not buzzing with the same excitement as many other parts amongst entrepreneurs. So when Julie said, can you join and can we discuss what you see of opportunities, then of course.